Hello, guys. Welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian and African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and, of course, the subscribe button right now. And also go to the notification bell icon, click it, and select all. So, I'm dropping your banger, a new video, you will definitely be notified. We are live right now. And you know what it is. The topic of today is a very interesting one. An interesting subject that I want all of us to be involved in. By the way, we got our brothers right here on the panel. Adewale is here. We got Isioma and Kinechukwu, who's going to be listening. Can Joyce be the king of the heavyweights? Anthony Oluwafemi Olacheni Joshua from Shagamu. Can he or can he not? Well, all depends on how you see it. Joyce, no doubt, has the capability of beating any heavyweight on the planet. But the problem is that it all depends on the night of those heavyweights, especially the ones who are at the top of the top. The likes of Anthony Joshua, the likes of Tyson Fury. Joyce has a solid chin. Solid chin, huh? Joyce, throughout his whole career, I've only been knocked out once. That was by Sergey Kuzmin in amateurs. And after that, he never got knocked down or knocked out anymore. I think he learned from that. How did he get knocked out by Kuzmin? Because he was wide open. He was wide. He wasn't like covering himself. He wasn't being aware of what's coming and what's going on. And of course, he did make a similar mistake, this past weekend against Carlos Takam, where he got hit with so many punches. I was just wondering, if this was Joshua in there, you cannot take too much punishment from Joshua, even though we know Joyce has a granite chin, he's got a better chin than Anthony Joshua, a more solid chin, I would tell you that. But the thing is that he's 35 years old, and you don't want to be getting hit to the face like that by the unified heavyweight king of the universe, a guy who carries a hammer of a hand. And also, Joshua will know how to keep Joyce on the bay with a jab. Joshua has one of the most improved jab in the heavyweight division, and Joshua's inside game is better than Joyce's. His fight against Carlos Takam, it was a good win. I don't know if I was impressed like I was, when he beat Dubois, because in the Dubois fight, he was very strategic. He kept to the game plan. He was never wide. He didn't leave himself wide open like that. Carlos Takam was just getting through and through anyhow he wanted. Okay? Anytime he wanted it, he did. I mean, if you can see the stuff right here. Let's take a look at it right here. Right here, you can see it. Takam, like you see this run one, Takam hitting Joyce a couple of times. Joyce was trying to, he was doing fine in the first round, but he then began to let himself open. Okay, once you allow yourself to be that open, you see the right hand from Carlos Takam. That is not something. Again, you see, Joyce was just throwing punches, and because he's got a chin to absorb Takam's punches, he didn't really feel it. But if that were to be someone like Joshua in there, it would be a different story. Because, or let's say Wilder, for example, Wilder hit you with 7 right hands, Joyce goes down. That's a fact. If Wilder hit Joyce with 7 right hands, if he land, Joyce will go down. Will he get knocked out? Probably not, but he will go down because he's already 35 years old. You cannot be absorbing too many punishment like that, too many punches, even if you have the chin to take it. So we all know that Joyce is now the mandatory for Joshua's WBO strap. Although before he get the shot is gonna be, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years from now, or Joshua is going to be defending his WBO mandatory against Usyk, which is Usyk next. So before it gets to the WBO turn, that will probably be at the ending of 2024 or 2023. Let's say 2024, bro, because the Undisputed is also there. You never know. There's 2 fights deal that's gonna happen, and then you have the WBA, then you have WBC, and then you have the IBF, bro. This is not gonna be it's not gonna be that easy. But though it is good that Joyce is now in the conversation. Joyce, I feel is a top is in the top 10 is in the top 10 heavyweight list ranking. Okay, in my own ranking is in the top 10 because the guy is really good. Okay, it's just that he, I don't know if he was because Takam is a very tricky guy. A guy who moves his head a lot. Maybe that might be the reason why it was like that. But at the same time, he got hit too many times by Takam, and that's not a good sign. Against Joshua, Joshua would not last run. It would if Joshua allowed Joshua to hit him like that, and consistently, like Takam did, that fight will be over by round 5, because you cannot be taking punishment like that when you're 35 years old. It's just how it is. But no doubt, Joyce, like I said, is a top 10 heavyweight in top 10 list, and I think he's actually very good. He's a juggernaut, no doubt. So it's just how I see it. Let's get our brother on here, Isioma. What's up, bros? Isioma, are you there? Isioma, are you there? I mean,
I'm here.
Yeah, what's going on, bro? Like,
yeah, salute to everyone on the panel. Great job once again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm very much here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. Continue.
Can hear you, bro.
Hey. Is that on Nigerian network?
Can you hear me at all?
That must be Nigerian network. No.
We can hear you, brother. We can hear you.
Anyway, this is a little bit weird in a way.
Okay, let me just run through, knowing that you guys hear me. I totally agree with everything you said. That was my bias when I watched the Joyce Carlos Takam fight. But for that stoppage,
bro, is everything okay there? Ah, man. That is what you know. This Nigerian network is crazy. Anyway, Isioma, if you can hear me, try mute it, please. Mute it, I beg. If you can hear me. Isioma, you have to go out and come in again. Yeah. Let's get over on here. Adewale, what do you make of this? By the way, Isioma, I think Nigerian network is actually like really disturbing.
Hey man, see, you just looking at the footage, side by side movements of Joshua and Joyce. I know AJ is hitting the pads and Joyce is in a real fight, so it's a little bit different. But then again, you can tell that AJ has faster punches. He's a faster guy. He looks a little bit more athletic. I can't tell if he's more athletic because I've seen Joyce do some weird flips, like back flips and not. Joyce is actually athletic too, but the guy is slow. Listen, Joyce cannot beat AJ. Let's forget about it. But AJ cannot knock out Joyce as well. Because if AJ tries to engage Joyce on the inside and he gets caught with one of those slow left hooks from Joyce, he's going to get wobbled and probably get knocked out. That's AJ. But Joyce, on the other hand, he's too slow. That is going to be his downfall against Joshua. You can't, bro, all AJ needs to do going into a Joyce fight is box. Just box him. Stick and move, hit and don't get hit. That's all he's going to do. The same way he fought Andy Ruiz the second time, that's how he has to approach Joyce. If he fights Joyce on the inside, he might get knocked out. Let's be honest, because in terms of granite chin, Joyce has a way better chin than Joshua, and I just feel like Joshua will not be able to take too many clean punches from Joyce. But other than that, man, all Joshua needs to do against a guy like Joyce is box from the outside. They have about the same reach, so it might not really play to Joshua's advantage in terms of being able to jab, get out of the hitting range, jab, get out of the hitting range. At the end of the day, man, Joshua has to box Joyce. That's all he has to do. Box him and you get the victory. If you fight him on the inside, you might lose. So if Joshua and Joyce are going into the ring, I will give Joshua a 70% chance, maybe 75% chance, and I'll give Joyce 25%. And I would predict a unanimous decision victory for Joshua. And before I go, let me just say this real quick. We saw how, if you're going to compare Joshua's performance against Carlos Takam versus Joyce's performance against Carlos Takam, I think Joshua did better than Joyce. Even though Joyce got the stoppage in 5 or 6 rounds, Joshua still did better. Because I still watched that fight about 2 days ago. That's Joshua Takam. And Takam did not win any single round. Up until maybe round 8. Joshua was washing this guy, bro. And Takam was game. He was tough. Like, he came to that fight to win. He didn't just go into that fight trying to get a payday. The same Takam that we saw against Joyce was a little bit diminished versus the Takam we saw against Joshua. And the Takam that went in there against Joshua did not have any success for like 8-9 rounds. So, in my opinion, from what I see, Joshua had a better performance against Takam versus what Joyce had. Joyce was getting clipped so many times in the fight. Right overhand, right hand, palm. Overhand, right hand, left hand, palm. Left hooks, palm. Body shots. Yo, Joyce was getting touched. At the 5th round, I had Takam up by 3 rounds to 2. So listen, man, Joshua is going to beat Joyce. I don't know what Joyce is going to do with Joshua. He's not going to win Joshua, man, unless he knocks him out.
Thanks, brother. You said if they fight on the inside, you know that Joshua is a better inside fighter than Joyce. You know that. You know that one of those Joshua uppercuts would do damage. You know, like what I'm saying is that even though Joyce has a chance, of course he does have a chance at beating anybody because of his durability. The guy has a great engine. He never gets tired. You know, but you cannot keep getting hit to the face like that. I mean, if there were to be water in there, water would knock Joshua out. The Joyce that fought Carlos Takam will get knocked out by water. You know, because you are not prioritizing your defense. You're just going in there trying to outmaneuver someone. Like, look at the Fury Wilder, for example, the rematch. Despite Fury, being the aggressor, he was still very aware of Wilder's right hand. You know, he was aggressive at the same time, very cautious, at the same time, very aggressive with caution. Not going there to try, leaving himself wide open. Joyce is a juggernaut, no doubt. He is a juggernaut. But juggernauts have to also defend so that juggernauts don't fall. You know, when I look at how he left himself wide open in this Carlos Takam fight, and I watch his fight against Sergey Kuzmin in the amateur, he did the same thing, and he paid for it. So hopefully, by the time him and Joshua fight, hopefully he doesn't leave himself wide open, because we might say he's got. Of course, we know he's got a better chin than Joshua. Joshua's got a better chin than Joshua. I mean, nobody can doubt that. But one thing is certain: you cannot get hit by. Listen, it would be like Joshua Brazil all over again if you are not defensively, if you're not defensive minded against Joshua. You get punished. That's a fact. And let's not forget.
There's some. I feel like we don't give Joyce enough credit for his defense. The guy actually has a good enough defense. But
I know, but I'm talking about this fight. I'm talking about this fight against Takam.
Yeah, he got hit too many times against Takam. That wasn't good. So I don't know. You know what? You look at the way Joyce fought against Daniel Dubois, and he surprised us. Okay, so for that reason, maybe if he fights a tougher competition like Anthony Joshua, he might up his game again, and it's going to be a tougher fight for Joshua than I think it is. So we really can't tell. But from the eye test, I just feel like Joyce's speed disadvantage will play to Joshua's favor. That's what I feel.
Okay, thanks, brother. I do appreciate it. Kenechukwu, you there, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you make of this, bro?
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to my brother Adewale, and shout out to you, Ogarema. Well, I just think that I have a contrary view. And listen, I was one of Daniel Dubois' biggest supporters, and I just started looking at. I think this weekend was a weekend where I was just looking at some old heavyweights, and I was saying the same thing, that everybody says the same thing about Joyce, that he's too slow, that his punches are slow, his footwork is slow, that he keeps his head on the line. Yeah, none of these people can. He hasn't taken a knee for anybody except during his amateur days. He's stepping up in competition level, and none of these people, they might be touching him, but they're not dropping him, and he's not getting close to getting dropped. He's not taking a knee. He might have moved out of the way because of an uncomfortable body shot. But let's be honest with each other. Facts are facts. He hasn't taken a knee. He has taken a knee. As much as I love D has taken a knee.
Oh, Deontay Wilder?
Dillian White has.
He hasn't taken. Deontay Wilder hasn't taken a knee, bro.
He took a knee against. Oh, sorry. He
did not take any knee, bro. Yeah, he got dropped. He got back up and scared fighting, bro. We didn't take a knee.
The thing I'm saying is that nobody has made Joyce, as in put him in any serious danger. Everybody says the same thing, but Raymond is like, when they get inside that ring, those punches that we're seeing that are coming slow, those punches, they actually tend to speed up. And he has a change of speed. I'm
not even talking about his speed right now. The thing is speed. It's not a speed. I am talking about the fact that he's not defensive. He's not defensive minded in a fight that he should be, because that's part. Okay, we might say now that Joyce, you said he hasn't taken a knee, or he hasn't been knocked. Let's say he hasn't been knocked down by anyone. Okay, now if we should look at his resume right here, looking at his first fight, Ian Lewison is a good fighter, no doubt, but he's not a puncher. Rudolph Jovic, okay fighter, not a puncher. Of course, you can see Donny Palmer. You can is this the one that's gonna drop the Joyce? No. Leroy Thomas, we never drop the Joyce. Ivica Bakuri, not happening. Yao Kilatsi can't drop anyone. We saw he drop Efe Jagba, But that was because Ajagba, at that point, Ajagba was not defensive minded. Joyce just ran him through, okay? Joe Hanks, I mean, this guy will not touch Joyce, that's a fact. Bebe Steven, we know already what Bebe Steven is. Alexander Ustinov is already past his prime, so is this one going to touch Joyce? Brian Jennings, will he ever draw Joyce? It doesn't have the power. Michael Valish, not even happening. Daniel Dubois would have been the one to drop Joyce. Okay, but Joe Joyce was defensive minded in that fight. You see, against Dubois, he was very defensive minded. And that's why he was able to defeat Dubois. But Takam, he wasn't defensive minded. And Takam is a high level guy who can punch, who can also drop you. You know? So I'm happy for the win. But our brother should be defensive minded. That's the only thing I think.
Yeah, but
that is.
But you also need to also go with the coaches that he's been with. We all know who Abel Sanchez is now. Abel Sanchez is the Chaco Taco coach. That's the first coach that he had now, before he had this coach. So I think as he steps up his level of competition, I just give him probably a year or two. He might change his coach, and then the coach might have to teach him, listen, you cannot keep your head on the line. I think that's what everybody, the whole panel is saying, that he keeps on keeping his head on the line. You keep your head on the line, you're going to get touched and touched multiple times. Where I agree with Adewale is that Joshua throws in combinations. In fact, Kim and probably Ortiz are one of those boxers that they don't do like 1-2, 1-2. They combination punches, very, very fast, extremely fast combination punches. And that can be his Achilles heel. So he has to keep his head off the line. I think even with mandatories and everything, I think by in 2 years' time, the way this heavyweight division goes, I think he should be in for a world title. He's passed all these levels. To me, he's top 5. So he should be with Dillian White, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, if Tyson Fury is still here. But he should be this thing. But I won't be surprised though, and everybody keeps on sleeping on this. I won't be surprised if he's thrown, or him and Hergovic, that Filip Hergovic fight, because nobody has mentioned it. But it looks like if everybody's going to be busy in that heavyweight division, it looks like him and
Hergovic need to prove himself though. You know already.
No problem. No problem.
Hergovic need to prove himself. Hergovic, of course, he's very experienced. Okay, very experienced. He's at that level. He's at that level. Okay, he's at Jojo's level. Like he's an elite level guy. Okay, elite level fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to prove himself against good opponents first before we really take him serious. Because at least Jojo's is proving himself against good guys. Again, like Takam is a good name. Of course, we know that Takam is. Okay, I was just thinking yesterday, if Joyce were to fight the Takam that fought Alexander Povetkin, the younger version. We know he's already 50 years old now, but younger version. It would be a rough night for Joyce. I don't know if you just beat him. Okay, that Takam that fought Alexander Povetkin when he fought. That guy was.
I agree.
He was crazily, like that guy would like. He was heavy-handed. His chin was like Takam's chin now. You know, you can see when you get it too much to the air. That's why I'm looking at Joe Joyce and say, okay, Joe Joyce is no doubt a guy that is a machine. He's got one of the best chins, okay, in the heavyweight division right now. But for how long will you continue to like expose yourself to get hit like that? Against Dubois, you didn't. So I'm like, why did you have to do this now? Okay, because against Joshua, he's like, if he leave himself open like that, he's gonna get hit. Against Wilder, I don't care about how strong your chin is. If you leave yourself wide open with Wilder, he will knock you out. That's a fact.
So what was respect? He did not respect Takam's power. He did not respect Takam's power. He did not respect.
Yeah.
He did not respect. He head on the line. It was just like he's going to wear him. He almost like what that guy does, Jared Hurd. That he'll wear you out. He'll do Chaco Taco with you.
Yeah, like Lucan is saying, he said Ray Mesa had a tougher chin. Eventually had never had nerve damage. You see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you keep getting hit to the head, you will definitely feel. Listen, as you get older, you start feeling it to the body. You start feeling it. You start having to go to hospital, having to do so many surgeries. Like your hair will be like fucked up. So Joyce, I like the fact that he's got an iron chin, but iron chin can get cracked. And it's not like Joyce has never been knocked down or knocked out before. Of course, he's been knocked out by Sir Kuzmin. And Sir Kuzmin is not half of a puncher that Joshua is. Sir Kuzmin might be more like. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, Joyce is the first to be reckoned with in this heavyweight division, but please, you need to work on the defense. Like, be defensive minded. Discipline yourself defensively, like you did against Dubois. What's so difficult about it? Like, move out of the way. He wasn't moving out of the way of Takam. Takam was winning that fight in my scorecard. He was winning that fight before the stoppage. He was winning that fight. So just imagine, for example, Takam, so like the referee didn't stop it. Of course, it was an early stoppage for that stoppage was too early. Like a guy like Takam, you have to give him more time. The caliber is at that caliber where like you have to. But just imagine Takam survived that 6th round, okay, and then kept moving forward, kept going, kept throwing, kept landing, and then we are in round 12. And the Joyce cannot take him out. This will cause a lot of like controversy. People, like, I know they will give the Joyce they will give him the decision regardless because he's in home soil, okay, in the UK.
Yeah,
and Frank Warren already has all those judges, paid on those kind of stuff. We know the guy is a corrupt guy already. But the thing is that a lot of the fans will say he didn't win his fight.
Allegedly.
Bro, Frank Warren is a corrupt man, bro. What do you mean by allegedly? The guy's a corrupt man. We know that guy. All promoters in boxing are corrupt, but there are some that are very more corrupt. Like Joyce wasn't taken serious by Frank Warren before he beat Dubois. You see what I'm saying? Even when Joyce beat Dubois, Frank Warren was so sad, and like he was so sad.
You mind if I come in real quick?
Yeah, bro.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, pass the mic.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, come in, bro.
Let me tell you, I feel like me comparing Joyce's performance against Daniel Dubois, whom in my opinion would knock out Carlos Takam. That's Daniel Dubois. The way Joyce fought against a Dubois that has a longer reach, younger, and a faster fighter than Carlos Takam, and it was more defensively responsible versus him going in there against Carlos Takam, not giving a damn what Carlos Takam came back with. I feel like Joyce did not respect Carlos Takam. He had no fear whatsoever about his punching power. There was nothing Carlos Takam was throwing at Joyce that would make him back up. But like we've all agreed in this conversation, if you keep on taking punches like that, it's going to accumulate and hurt you eventually. So it's not a good fighting strategy to just leave your chin hanging, because that's what he was doing. Takam was clipping this guy, bro. I had Takam 3 rounds up versus 2 rounds for Joyce. And I was even being generous. It's supposed to be 4-1, in my opinion, in other people's opinions that I watched it with. So Joyce probably did not respect Carlos Takam, and he was trying to get him out of there quickly. That's why he fought the way he did. But that is not a good enough approach. If you're going in there against a guy like Anthony Joshua, that is experienced, very, very experienced, professional, amateur, you can't do that, man. I tell you, bro. If you leave your chin hanging out there, Joshua will take it out. And Joshua is a hard puncher too. So I just feel like maybe Joyce would need to learn some other things as his career progresses.
Let me quickly add. Let me quickly give credence to what you've highlighted. But by the way, I think Joyce has a longer reach than Dubois by 2 inches. Having said that, I do strongly want to align with what Raymond highlighted earlier on, which is that much as we acknowledge the steel of chain, I mean, chain of steel of Joyce, question is, has he really fought those who would truly test his chain? That was how we all applauded the steel of chain of George Foreman. We know he has it. Joyce is like the reincarnate of George Foreman in the heavyweight division. Slow punches, but impactful, destructive. Okay, hardly moves away. Okay, the head seems to be the chief defense factor. But when eventually tested the skills of Muhammad Ali, what happened to him? Did he not buckle? That's what is going to happen to Joyce if he keeps being that stationary, immobile, and relying on the strength of his chin. When he meets fast combinations like the likes of AJ, and he meets very strong punches like that of Wilder, the chin will buckle it. And don't forget that this guy will be 36 this year. So by the time he'll be fighting any of these top guns for the title, he might be 37 running on 38. So I think that his new coach should really piece every single bit of the Joyce Takam fight and work on those lapses that we are highlighting.
Yes, brother, I do definitely agree to that. Adewale, you wanted to add more to it because you have things to say.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say that. We seem to be concerned about Joyce's age, being 35 years old. But we also need to understand that if you look back in the history of the heavyweight division, a lot of those top guys that we respect today, they fought into their late 30s and they fought tough championship fights. You look at a guy like Evander Holyfield versus Lennox Lewis. When Holyfield and Lewis fought, Holyfield was 37 years old, I believe. When Lennox Lewis beat Vitaly Klitschko, he was 37. So a lot of these guys go long and tough even in their older ages, right? They can take punishment. You look at George Foreman, when he came back the second time, he was in his 40s and he was taking a lot of punishment and he wasn't going anywhere. Nobody could put him away. So I feel like Joyce might have that genetics of someone that would last long, but at the same time, you don't want to be taking punches to the head, too many shots to the head, bro. I'm actually surprised that a guy like Evander Holyfield today doesn't have some sort of nerve damage, brain damage. I'm happy the guy is okay, and that's one of the reasons why I don't even support him to go back in the ring. I heard he's trying to fight Mike Tyson. Bruh, you don't need it, man. Just stay retired. You've already dodged the bullet. So Joyce, he's a tough guy. I feel like he has very good genetics, and he might last long in the division, regardless his age. But we'll see how it goes, man.
Thanks, brother. I really do appreciate it. Let's go, brother.
We have T.Y. Ajagbe in the building.
Tajagbe. What they going to do, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? I just wanted to jump in really quick, regarding this situation. It's a good topic anyways, but I just wanted to jump in just really quick. You see, with Joe Joyce and the way that his fighting ability, like I've said before, he reminds me a lot of these past heavyweights, these old ones. But one thing I can say for certain is when he hits his target, he's slow, but when he hits his target, he hits his target. And I personally believe that Joyce, the way Joyce fought this weekend, the way he fights, it gives the opponent confidence knowing, yeah, this guy's slow. I can beat this guy. I could beat Joyce. But if you look at it, that overconfidence saying they could beat Joyce is gonna be their downfall, because yes, Joyce get hits a lot, but at the same time, it's the way that he's pushing these guys, right? He pushes them to where they get exhausted, and that's when Joyce comes in. He's still slow, but he still hits his mark all the time. And we all know how Takam's gas tank is. So him fighting Takam like that might have been part of the game plan, might have not been, but I thought it was smart, pushing Takam to the point where he's throwing everything he got, and Joyce might be taking. Yes, it's a bad idea to keep taking punches with your face, but eventually these guys get tired, and that's where Joyce works. And I gotta give it to him, man. His hand speed has increased. It's increased compared to what I've seen, in his past fights. So I have to say, getting hit, and Joyce has his way of dominating his opponent, of giving them that overconfidence, saying Joyce is slow, I could beat him, and eventually they throw all the punches they have at Joyce, and they have nothing left in the arsenal where Joyce starts working. Eventually that's how it ends, and Joyce gets his TKO. And much like in the amateurs, he was working his way with Usyk, and let's be honest, Usyk beat him, but Usyk was getting tired, and Joyce hasn't been boxing for long. He hasn't been boxing the longest. Usyk has such an amateur and a great pedigree in boxing, But for me, I think Joyce, he did what he had to do to get that win. At the end of the day, the win is what counts in the heavyweight boxing. And that's where I'm going to end it, man.
Yes, but I do agree with you to an extent. The thing is that we know that Joyce, people underestimate Joyce, for example. Like, they think, he's so, because they say, he's got slow hands and all this kind of stuff, I'm just going to go there and stay away. Not stay away, but throw punches and all this kind of stuff. He fought Brian Jennings. That fight went to distance, right? And why I went to distance. So Brian Jennings was very technical with Joyce. The thing is that can Joyce let Deontay Wilder hit him 7 times with right hand like that? The way it was letting Takam to do that? Do you think if Wilder hits Joyce with right hands after right hands, Joyce we survive it? Forget about the chin. The chin might be strong like a rock, but it can get cracked.
He'll go to sleep.
This is what I'm telling you right now. So
He'll go to sleep.
You have to listen. You have to look at. We know Joyce is a very good fighter, is a world-class fighter, but a world-class fighter has to be responsible defensively responsible. In his last fight, this fight we just saw, he wasn't. He even allowed Takam to win rounds. I wasn't expecting Takam to win rounds against Joyce. I just thought Joyce was gonna jab Takam, win all the rounds, or just dominate, because he said he wanted to make a statement. This is not a statement, bro. This is okay, you won the fight. It's a good fight, but it's not a statement, bro. It's just a way for the people at the top to see that, I know what to do with this guy. He's got great chin, and I'm just gonna go in there, through as much punches as I can, because let's say, for example, Joyce fights Egovic in America. You think Egovic will get tired? He wouldn't. Egovic is elite level fighter, and he's got faster hands. Joyce wouldn't bully Egovic. It would be a very competitive fight. Egovic might find a way to win on point. This is what I'm saying, because Joyce has to be defensively responsible, like he was against Dubois. Although I think he was winning on the scorecard against Dubois though, but he was gonna get robbed. This is what I was saying, talking about Frank Warren, bro. It's just how it is, guys. So, guys, you've heard it from our brothers, Tajagbe, Adewale, Kenechuku, and Isioma. Stay to forward to the back right here. Isioma, do you want to add? Do you have anything to add to it before we move right here?
No, I think every angle have been perfectly captured. I think we can roll.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. So, guys, you heard it from our brothers. Maybe I should read. Let me see if I can read. Let me read the live chat. Let me see what people are saying, and I will let you guys answer it. Right? You guys ready for that? People on the live chat.
Let's go.
Jeremiah Samuel says Joyce beat which Anthony Joshua? Joshua will knock out Joyce flat out. I mean flat out clean. Your take on that, Adewale?
I don't agree.
Okay, you don't agree. Kenechuku,
I
what about
disagree,
you?
man. Joyce is too tough right now.
Kenechuku, what about you?
Well, what can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was the question again?
The guy said Joshua knocks out Joyce clean.
Lie. Nobody knocks out Joyce clean.
Nah, you can't, man. The guy is tough, man.
Not clean. Combination punching.
It's not bad. No, it's not nobody. No, don't say nobody. So Kuzmi did. What do you mean by nobody?
No. The guy.
So Kuzmi knocked out Joyce clean. What are you saying by you want me to show the video right now? You see how he did it? Anybody can be knocked out, bro. Anybody can be knocked out. This is every division right here.
Anyone can be knocked out. If he drops his guard on the day, anyone can be knocked out.
Let me put Raymond on the spot.
Okay, the question is, Kene and Ade, if this was...
If you must stop protecting Raymond, Raymond should answer the question.
Yeah.
No.
Wait. Nobody's protecting me, bro. I'm just say something. I'm listening.
What's the question?
What's the question?
No. Okay. No, the question is, does Anthony Joshua knock out Joyce clean? And I believe that he knocks him out with combination punching, not like one-time punch. I don't believe. Okay, but wait, I stand corrected because actually Anthony Joshua has the best uppercut in the game. To me, apart from Jamal Charlo, Anthony Joshua's uppercut is life-changing. So if he hits it that, he can go to sleep. Take my point.
But then again, I don't see Joyce being knocked out clean by Joshua, because Joshua would fight very cautiously because Joyce has power punches behind him too.
Yeah, he does. Okay, you guys have answered it. Now let me go to the next question right here. Let me go to the next comment on the live chat. Smith Santos says, any news about FA, the one and only? No news yet. The fight, the new date is October 9. Okay, everybody know already. So other than that, we'll see what happens. I'm very much, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm not hopeful that the fight happens. Like the fight Fury Wilder 3 happens. I don't know.
October 9th, 10th.
The War Report says Joyce wouldn't get a shot until late 2022. Anyway, he just became Mando. Oh, that's true. Blessed Uchendu says Joyce is disciplined and can collect punches. AJ is disciplined but not as Joe. AJ is dynamic and more skilled. AJ is disciplined. I mean the discipline, not as Joe. What do you mean by that, bro? Understand? Blessed Unchedu says, gonna be tough fight. I give it to Joe. What do you guys mean? What are you guys take on that? Blessed Unchedu believe that Joyce beats Joshua. That Joshua is not disciplined, or not like Joyce. That's the first time I'm hearing someone say that, bro. Yeah. So what do you guys?
You know what? I feel like people have different perspectives to these two guys. You know, me, I just feel like I would give Joyce a 25% chance against Joshua, which is still enough for him to win, because 25% is a lot. So Joshua, on the other hand, his speed is just too much. His speed, his combination punches, his experience. I disagree with Blessed Change, man. I give it to Joshua, bro. But I can see where he's coming from.
25%. The 25% you're giving to Joyce is margin of error.
Yeah. The 25% is a lot.
It's margin of error. But it is margin of error. So if this current form of AJ and this current form of Joyce going to the ring right away, I fear what will happen to the set chin of Joyce if the fight were to happen right away. So I expect that Joyce would improve a lot on his defense. Okay. I don't know if he can work on his head movement at all, but that also pretty much matters.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, bro. So I'm looking for something right now, which I'm going to show you guys.
Quite a few people on the comment section think the fight was not early.
Jeremiah. Wait. What does this guy say? This guy just called Joyce a bum. Bro, what are you guys saying, bro? Kehinde says the fight was stopped early. AJ will stop Joyce with some good body punch because Joyce need to stop receiving too much body punch. Josh Schwan says, let's keep it real. Joyce is a bum. He will get destroyed by Anthony Joshua. Joshua is too quick and too strong. Joyce is a bum? Like, nah, bro. What are you saying?
That's not keeping it real, bro.
Bro, Joyce is top 10. It's top 10 everywhere right now. What do you say?
Joyce is no bum, bro. Joyce is no bum.
No, bro. No. Don't go there. All those guys. What the hell? Joyce is a bum.
Man, Joyce has a chance. He has a chance against anybody.
Don't say that. Say that. I mean, that comment is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, what do you say, bro?
The live is off.
Yeah, no worry. Just
the live is still rolling.
Yeah, it has to do with the network, my network.
All right. Well, it's just disrespectful when you say that.
Okay, let's look at Joyce stuff right here versus Kuzmin. Wait, let's look at Joyce right here versus Kuzmin, when they fought. Okay. Now, looking at this right here, is him attacking Joyce right here.
Hold on. Let me type it. Joyce.
It just will hurt, yeah.
One guy says,
"You see,
Joshua could punch Joyce anyhow."
You see, Kuzmin, yeah. You see, like Joyce was even defensive. It was responsible here defensively. You see, yeah. You see, that's what I'm saying. He left himself wide open. The same he did. That's what I'm saying. Like, guys, don't say nobody can knock anybody out. This is every division. Anybody can get knocked out. Is what happened right here. Look at how he did it. How Kuzmin did it. So Kuzmin was fast. Look at it right here. Joyce, like, he was not defensive. He was not responsible defensively. He was not. Look at it right here. Though. Look at it, guys. Look at it. Look at it. There's jab there. The same
Wait,
over right hand. You
that
see,
fought
over right hand.
that fought Bankole.
Yeah, but yeah,
The same Kuzmi that fought Bankole.
yeah, it is. You mean Mati Bakoli?
Like,
Yeah, he's the guy. I told you, girl. I told you,
I
bro.
get you go say na Bankole.
It's Bakoli.
na Bankole now, na Bankole now.
Nah, Bakoli.
Bankole, na Bankole.
Not me Bankole. Bankole na Yoruba one. The guy from Congo. The guy from Congo. He just like I believe, like, is there any connection with those Kinshasa people, like I want to say those what do they call them, Lingala people? Like there's Olomide, that's the Kofi Olomide. Then you have Olamide. Like it's just like something. It's just like the names are almost similar. You know? Yeah. Kofi Olomide.
I think it's that far connected.
Bro, don't worry about the life one. Like that one. Once we end this stuff, it go. Now let's get to the next question right here.
I they watch.
You saw it right now. You saw what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. Like you have to be defensive man. And Takam landed that over right hand. The same thing.
Overhand.
Yeah, overhand right hand. You know. You see what he did? Like, but Takam power is no longer as strong as it was. So Kuzmin, like, has got power. Punches very hard. Let's get right here. J Ocon says, interesting topic. If it comes down to stamina, then I feel Joyce has got a very good chance. Yeah, you know, Joyce has a very good stamina. There's no doubt about that. You know, nobody's doubting that at all. Anyway, Tajagbe, I want us to react to this right here. I bet I'm gonna mute her on the side.
But the question is, has Joyce really been pressured?
Oh, that's a very good question right there. Has Joyce really been pressured? He was pressured by Sir Kuzmi.
You have to remember, Joyce wasn't boxing.
He was pressured by Kuzmi.
Listen, Joyce wasn't. If you look at the way he was fighting Kuzmi.
Continue, bro.
What's be the question? Question.
Ty, continue.
If you look at Joyce and Kuzmin, can you hear me? Hello?
I hear you, bro.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you, bro.
Okay. If you look
We can't
at
hear him. We can only
you-
hear you, Raymond. We can't hear him.
I can hear him. No worry. Let him talk. Let him speak.
let me go in and come back.
Oh, but I can hear Ty. I can hear.
Yeah, I mean, yours is the problem.
Yeah. So if you look at
can't
Joyce
hear
and
him.
Kuzmin,
Yeah, you have to go in and come back again.
You can
Okay, there
tell-
you go.
you can tell Kuzmin is has you can tell Kuzmin has the longer amateur pedigree. You know, he's listen, I've said it before, Kuzmin is no joke. Kuzmin, I honestly believe if that guy trained after he got at the Olympics the proper way, he would be a problem for a lot of these, for at least the top 10 heavyweights in the division. He would be a problem for them. But he didn't train properly, and Kuzmin, he doesn't take it seriously, and that's where his career is, you know. But Kuzmin definitely has power, and he's a force to be reckoned with, and his pedigree outclasses and outweighs Joe Joyce compared to Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce has not been boxing for a very long time. I got to keep telling people that, you know, compared to Joyce, he even knows to move his head to the right and double up on his jab, you know, even triple up on his jab when trying to fight Joe Joyce. He knows the deal. But, you know, unfortunately, like I said, this Joe Joyce in the amateurs is different from this Joe Joyce in the professional debut. I honestly believe, you know, if they meet again, there's actually be an interesting more fight. I think Joe Joyce will get it done. But let's not take anything away from Joe Joyce, man. I still think he's he's good and he's formidable, and anybody that fights him needs to take that fight serious. Like I said, if they overconfidence will be the undoing.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Jojo is not. I never said Jojo is not good, bro. The guy is a top 10 heavyweight. Like, he's a solid guy. I'm just saying he needs to be defensively responsible. You know, because we saw that he the over right hands that he allowed Takam to land on him yesterday. The same Kuzmin landed, but the difference is that Kuzmin has a lot of power. I mean, he carries deadly power. And do you... Okay, now I want to ask you this question. Do you think if Water lands, over right hands on Joyce more than 7 times, you think Joyce won't go down? Ty, I'm asking you. Okay.
Bro, that was sleep Joyce, man.
We have Maojo in the house. Maojo, what's up? How you doing, bro?
Ty dipped.
Maojo, are you here with us, or you just listening?
See, Povetkin would sleep Joyce if he lands, let alone Wilder.
But not now, though. Not now. Not Povetkin now. Povetkin of hold. Guys, you guys should mute it. I'm getting myself. So you guys should mute it. I mean, Maojo.
Yeah, there's a...
Okay, Maojo mute it. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, man. What was your take on this?
Sorry, I just joined. I'm not even sure what you guys are talking about.
We're talking about can Joyce really beat Anthony Joshua after his performance?
Yeah, bro.
Takam.
Beating Anthony Joshua, I think that's a tall order, man. Giving him some problems, definitely. But beating him, I don't think so. The reason why I don't think so is because Joshua is way quicker, much quicker than Joyce. And Joshua actually is a powerful, he's got power. He's got power. See, all the Joyce is not. It's this defensive skills, man. It takes too much punches, man. Yeah, we can all say that. Oh my God, his chin is strong and he can take punches and all of that. But not when you're taking punches from the likes of Joshua or Wilder, man. I think that would be very detrimental. I think if Joshua and Joyce actually gets in there to have a fight, I think Joshua will knock him out, because yes, his chin might be strong, but how much can your chin take? How much punches? Look at how Takam was landing on him, like, seriously. Just imagine compare Joshua to Takam. Joshua is much better than Takam. And Takam was able to. Takam won all the rounds. All of them.
All the rounds?
All the rounds? Mind if I come in real quick? I just wanted to ask you a question. Takam was able to... Yeah, he won almost all the rounds. See,
man, I won't say all the rounds, but he won, like, say,
landing on Joyce,
4 rounds
but
out of
Daniel Dubois
6.
was not landing on Joyce. So what do you think?
Okay, even if he won 4 rounds out of 6, so that's 80%, So still a lot.
Facts, all facts.
Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think about Joyce's performance, that in the sense that he was getting touched by Carlos Takam, but he wasn't getting touched by Daniel Dubois? So do you think it's about the way he fights depending on the level of competition in front of him?
No, yes. But at the same time, you look at Takam. Takam is better than Jojo and Dubois. Dubois is not that great. The first time he stepped up, he got laced. Is he really that great?
Absolutely, exactly what I've been saying.
That good? He's not that good. That's the first time he's actually stepped up, and that's it. He got laced. He's not that good. I mean, you can look good against Bombs and all the guys he's been fighting, but is he that good? He's not that good. Is he going to really beat Takam? Do you think, even today's Takam, I don't even think Dubois beats him.
I think Dubois beats today's Takam, man.
Well, only because Takam is older and his gas tank is not as great. But Dubois is not. It's not that good. Seriously, I've never been high on the guy. Until you actually step in there with somebody who's out this, and that's when I know you're good. So even when you look at, we all talk about Wilder and his resume and all of that. But even when you look at the level of competition, the people he's fought compared to, well, let's say from his 30th fight, the competition started going up. So, but when you look at a guy like Dubois, really, who has he fought? Who is he fighting? He's fighting cruiserweights, and it's, to me, I don't rate Dubois. I've never rated him.
Did you see that? Did you see that short Chinese guy that Dubois fought one time?
Exactly. What's that? How do you explain that?
You mean he's not Chinese, bro? He's Japanese guy.
I think yes.
You mean Fujimoto?
Well, yeah,
sorry,
he's a Japanese guy, bro, not Chinese.
Fujimoto.
Yeah, that looked like a father and a son fighting, man.
Bro, he's like what, bro?
Anyway,
guy, I was watching. Like, what is wrong with like? And we know Joyce have fought bumps now. Like, we know he's fought bumps. We know. But although his last fight against Bogadino is also like, should we call Bogadino a bum or should we call him a low level opponent? It's not. Let's say he's a low level opponent.
He's a bum, man. What do you should we? What kind of question is that? He's a bum. Okay. Bro.
What else? Josh's uppercut is scary, bro. I tell you that. Anyway,
Joshua is gonna. I have to be honest. I like you, Joyce, but Joshua is gonna destroy him, man. Seriously, he will. Joshua is too quick and he's too powerful. He's quick. Joshua is actually a good boxer and he's powerful. Seriously, he's gonna lose Joyce. Seriously, Joyce is quite slow, and he takes too many punches, man. Too many easy punches as well. Easy.
But what do you think happens if Joyce clips Joshua?
Down.
Joshua has shown us that he actually is good. I think Joshua is hard, is underrated. Even in that fight against Andy Ruiz, the first fight, the guy kept getting up. He got up 4 times. So even if Joyce,
but it depends on where though. It depends where though, because if it's from the if it's the chin, Joshua
it's harder than Klitschko.
Joshua has a chin. What happened with what happened in the Ruiz Jr. first fight was equilibrium. Equilibrium. That was the thing. Equilibrium. Like, nobody can survive there. I mean, like, some people can take it.
Yeah, it's like tempo. Yeah.
Joyce can take it in a way, but I mean, how many are you gonna take from that? Like, like Sayo Kuzmi just landed over her hand and Joyce like fed it.
Well, we keep saying Joyce can take it. Bro, you see, my thing is that we keep saying Joyce can take this shot, but against who though? Seriously, has he really taken this shot against like the likes of Joshua Wilder? Until he actually gets in there with somebody who is that powerful, then I want to know how strong the chin really is.
Exactly.
To be honest, let's just call a spade a spade. Until he gets in there with somebody who has got real power and skills. You want to tell me that Wilder will land on Joyce that many times? Joyce would have, seriously, he would have slept, man. Or Anthony Joshua. He would have slept Joyce. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said Joyce has a great chin, no doubt. But he has to be defensively responsible. You cannot take punches like that against Joshua or Wilder, bro. Even Andrews Jr. and Andrews Jr. thrives on such on such punches. Those short punches you don't see coming. On the inside. Okay, imagine Joyce and Andrews Jr. fight on the inside. What do you think happens? Andrews Jr. want to get on the inside, and he's got faster hands.
Andrews Jr. will catch him. He will catch him.
But the thing is that I think Joyce will keep Andrews Jr. He will keep him on the bay. He will keep him on the outside. He will keep him on the outside. But the thing is that it depends on when I fight.
On the inside of Joyce, though, it's actually quite easy to get on the inside of Joyce. It's actually quite easy to get on this inside. Seriously. Somebody like Andy Ruiz Jr. is a very smart. He's a very, very smart fighter. Ruiz will get inside there.
Sam Jones said that.
I like Joyce and everything, but
Sam Jones said that they are open to Louis Ortiz fight. What do you make of that, bro?
Sam Jones might be open, but Frank Warren is not open. There's no way Queensberry puts him near there.
That fight is not gonna happen though.
Man, listen, man. If Joyce should fight
Like
Luis Ortiz,
Luis,
I don't care. Luis Ortiz is 50 years old. He's gonna get outboxed. He'll get outboxed thoroughly. But Ortiz might gas out towards the end, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
I was just about to say that we don't know about Ortiz's gas tank at the minute.
Ortiz gas tank. Ortiz will gas out. Ortiz will gas out.
So almost that.
Ortiz will gas out. Jesus will win. It will knock him out. Just for the fact that Ortiz gas tank will always
I can't guarantee, man.
Bro, Joyce will beat Ortiz. Joyce never get tired, but the guy never get tired, huh? You know, he never gets tired. Like, how is Ortiz gonna fight someone that has an engine?
Bro, you also need to realize that Ortiz is a power puncher too. What if he knocks out Joyce?
We know he's a power puncher. We know that. But the thing is that Ortiz age. In the early rounds,
that'll be a very tough fight. In
the early rounds, Ortiz will be dangerous. But as from, let's say, 5 rounds, Joyce will take over. 5 rounds upward, Joyce take over. That's just the fact. In early rounds,
defense is very poor. Let's just call it spinach. It's very, very poor.
I mean, he would take over with his relentlessness. He's like this guy's a juggernaut. So he will move forward. You will like keep going forward. Putting his weight on Ortiz, just making him like get tired. Because I'm like, Bro,
do you remember what happened to Big George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali? He kept on coming forward, being a juggernaut, pounding him all over the body, but he got knocked out at the end.
I was just gonna say that. And what about if he gets punched in the wrong place and he just can't take it?
Which is exactly what I referred to earlier on. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting one. I can let you go. You what's your take on that?
Man, I always keep on thinking about. For some strange reason, when you guys were talking, I was thinking about. Now, like I told you guys, I was watching all these old press conferences, and I was thinking about this Hopkins versus Trinidad, and this was the same thing. Everybody was hyping Trinidad that is too young, too strong, too flashy, that he was going to get Hopkins, that Hopkins is old and everything. And then what happened? Hopkins came with that game plan. I don't know the kind of game plan that Joyce can come with, but if he takes AJ to 12 rounds, he might decision him. That's what I'm just thinking. That what game plan? Because Joyce, it's going to be on that dog, no matter what we see. But
well, if he goes to this time, Joshua wins. For just to beat Joshua, he will have to land
distance. Joshua wins.
Joshua wins, bro. Like he wins, hands down. There's not even a second thought about that. Like what the only thing that will happen is like if Joshua catches Joshua like the way Andrew did to the temple, okay, his equilibrium. That's the only way he will beat Joshua. In terms of like boxing, like just boxing, bro. Joshua wins, bro. And also Joshua is faster. Joshua is more fast than Joyce, like faster than Joyce. And
2020.
You say?
Because when he changed up levels on his punch, I said let's wait till 2022 because when he changed up punches, his speed in round 6, it shocked me. I haven't seen him change up his speed on his punches like that before. Straight
speed.
When they rang that bell.
What speed? What speed are you talking about?
Joyce's punch.
No, it was because
bro. He wasn't speed. Joyce was reckless. He was,
staggered.
Listen, let me play right here. Like
Takam's hand were down already.
Round 6. Let's take a look at right here. Yeah, let me take a look at right here. Okay. Now this is what happened. Oh no. Now let's say and Round 6. Oh, that's Takam. Oh, Takam. And then, what? You see, he was then again sloppy, like not being defensive. What if Takam still hadn't just landed a left hook to the temple? What would have happened? And then he got it together.
Well,
It was sloppy. Like, bro, like, you have to be defensive minded first.
man,
You know?
we have seen enough heavyweight fights when people are defensively. Joshua wasn't defensively minded against Povetkin in the first three, 4 rounds. He wasn't defensive. I remember Deontay Wilder versus everybody. Use devices
Where's his name coming
now,
from?
but he wasn't defensive.